Here we go then. We switch back to the women's side of the draw. 7 plays 8. Singapore versus Korea. The Koreans still looking for their first win on the series. They were defeated yesterday by Sri Lanka 26-10. One of their best performances so far. And they're also defeated by Japan 46-0. Earlier today, they went down to Thailand 10-26. Singapore, the perennials, they were beaten by Sri Lanka 40 points to 0 earlier today. And yesterday, they were beaten 14-0 by Thailand and 41-0 by Kazakhstan. So if we look at the table for the women, it's the Koreans on the bottom with 2 points from 2 legs. Singapore with 4 points from 2 legs. So it's these two sides again that battle it out for 7th and 8th spot for the third time. Here's our referee Akhil Jamaldin from Sri Lanka. Local referees supporting fantastically this weekend, and also in the middle just 8 games left today. We're into the final knockout stages, so it'll be 7v8, 5v6 in the women's, then the same for the men's. We get into the plate finals. Early chance for Singapore. South Korea, possibly their 4th or 5th appearance on the Asia Rugby 7 series over this season and last season. Improving every season. And it won't take long before they get their first win. Will it be here? Here's Alvinia Al-Yong in 7. She's very close to the line. They're about 2 meters out. This is Sim. It's a penalty to the Singaporeans. Low with the ball. She just puts her head down, runs into Lee. Good defence, right on the line. Running hard is Ong. Desperate to come away with points here, and they do through Alvinia Al-Yong. She opens the scoring for Singapore. Fourth try of the series for Alvinia Al-Yong. Missing one of their strike players, Tito Asosi, who's not sure if she's injured or didn't make selection, but one of the very powerful ball runners, Singapore, perhaps missing her a little. It's a very stable squad over the past few seasons, this Singapore side. A few new players coming in, but there's experience there in Ong, Eunice Chu, Chan Jia Yu, Sim, Jane Chan, Alvinia Al-Yong, Christabel Lim. There's a few new players coming through the squad during this season, which obviously trying to expand the squad, build. Nicely taken. Those were the sorts of restarts that the Koreans just couldn't handle in their first few legs over this and last year, and they've improved immeasurably. Here goes Lee. Good counter rucking though, as Ong goes in and gets that one. A little bit of inexperience perhaps from the Koreans there at the breakdown, just allowing themselves to be bullied. Here goes Jane Chan, tries to go around Lim, puts the brakes on. Chan gets in there and supports her, and good tussle over there by Lim and Chan. Here's the try scorer, Al-Yong. close quarters stuff here on the 10-metre line. Halfway through this first half, Ao Yong spots that Jane Chan is in a bit of space, and coming back at her is Heo Kyung-hee. They're gradually just making their way down the field, play by play. They don't have the players to go full length of the field. They just interplay. Amanda Ung. There's a lot of phases in this play. Korean defence, though, sticking to task, and Leah looks like she might have forced the turnover there. That's well done by the Koreans. All these teams, women's teams, no matter whether they're in the top 4 tier, the bottom 4, they really take their defence seriously. Here goes Heo. Looks like she'd made a half break there. Park. Back to Lee. They breached the line. There's no sweeper. Lee could go all the way here, and she will, I think. It's only the referee within QE of her. And that's a great reply from the Koreans for a rare try for them. And they bring it back level. The grimace of 80 metres in this heat. Second try of the tournament to her. Converts her own try, and they find themselves in the lead, South Korea. There's a good bit of footwork there, drawing in 3 players and giving it off to Lee. And she takes it the whole way. No one really chasing her.
Red number 7. 7. Time back on.
Guan with the restart, goes deep. I hope she hasn't kicked that too far. It's got a cruel bounce on it. Nah, it pulls up short. That's nicely measured in the end. Good chase from Lim. Really contesting the ball there, but it's Amanda Ung that gets a couple of metres, tries to get them going forward, even if just marginally. Singapore now hard trying to get out of those 5 or 10 metres up against your try line. That's when the defence tries a little bit harder just to pin you down there. Look at the tackles coming in. Shin there. And the way they score tries, Singapore, they don't kick it. They don't have any gas players. Well, just as I say that, they decide to change it up and kick it through. Good tactic too in the end, but it's got to be a good chase, which is what Jane Chan has done there. Here's Guan, she can go. She can go. She's going to get on the outside of Ong. And maybe the tactic may have been the right tactic, but there were only 2 or 3 chases, so once the Koreans got behind the ball, it was an easy line to breach, and second try for them. This is good by the Koreans. 3rd try in the tournament to Kwon. Are we on the verge here of something special for Korea? It's a long way to go, but they're in front. And of the 2 teams, they've probably got a couple of players extra that Singapore don't have that can go full length, and Guan is one of them. Lee is the other. And they close out this first half in front. That's got to be a good feeling for them. 14-5, 2 converteds against Singapore. Going to have to score twice. She's all on in the second half. Could be a big moment coming up here, people. a good runner, good athlete, Quan. Saw yesterday, that's her third try. Her two others were beauties as well. If you've got a player with a bit of gas, it's all a matter of getting it to them as soon as you can with a bit of space. You see other sides that, not terribly powerful teams, but Hazim's a good example for the Malaysian men. And a team that battles, he gets a bit of space. He can finish from anywhere. Every team needs a finisher and a playmaker, at least one of each, and you're in good shape. That's a good restart. Goes the 11. 7 minutes for Korea to hold on here for their first ever series win. Here come Singapore though. If they're going to score, it's going to be the hard way. It's going to be through a dozen or so phases. That's how they roll. And they get penalised. Park off the mark. What a flight home they'll have if they could pull this off. Here goes Hio. She's also got some wheels. Pass goes to ground and Singapore swoop on it as the clock goes on. They'll get more and more desperate here. Here goes Park. Pops it up to Min. Min's going to go under the post for try number 3. Special moment for Korea there. They are outplaying Singapore here. First try of the series for Min. And that's got to be a good feeling. They're really in the driving seat here now against Singapore, just lacking any teeth. No worries about the conversion. Didn't look like that left the hand as well, but play on, says referee. Park Seong-bin inside to Min Kyung-jin. And what a moment for her friends and family to score her first try. She's trying to suppress the joy. Maybe the first of many. As we've seen with teams like Sri Lanka, you know, it just takes one or two series and they start to find their feet. You feel like the Sri Lankans, or the South Koreans, if they can keep that squad together for next season, they'll continue improving. 19-5 now, Korea ahead of Singapore. 4.5 minutes remaining. Korea really got the bit between their teeth. Park there with the tackle. Wee bit of a conflab between the two Sri Lankan officials. It's going to be blue 7 here, high, and yellow. Didn't see that, but it's Kwon Suji, one of the try scorers.
Well, I can sense the excitement in your voice, Grant. We could be on the verge of watching Korea bring their first one in, and wasn't a very good time to lose a player. They will have to really want to work for each other here now, these Korean girls. And I'm sure there she comes. Yeah, the coach has made the right call here. Backs against the wall, even though 19-5 up. And a good opportunity to bring the maestro back in for Korea. And Lee. And Singapore. Lim now fires it out. They're going to look for space out wide. Good one, the ball. Look at that, how cruel can it be? And Lee now has to take on a few punters. Lays it back. Oh, look at them toiling away. 3.5 minutes now for this Korean team. Oh, unfortunate. They're going to get wheeled back. They might even get a card here as well. Now they're down to 5.
Well, 2 tries would be hard enough, but they're letting the Singaporeans back in. I think she might have just dropped that as she went to ground, but referee says good enough for me. And he looks across at his AR, says all good. He says, yep, okay. So now this game is not closed. Important kick, you might say. The breeze coming right over her shoulder there, and it's a goal. So they still need 2 scores. Let's have a look at the replay there. This might not be the angle. Good enough. Try for Christabel Lim. They're trying to get things underway here. Korea, well, they're back to 6. Number 7, Guan, well, she was substituted. Hang on. There's another yellow here. I think, what's going on there? Is that because she's come on illegally? I didn't think they should be back to 7 already. Anyway, they're settling back to 5. 3 yellow cards in a game. The local Sri Lankan referee here really getting involved with the drama of this game. Hio and 10. Just 5 players, 2.5 minutes to survive. To be fair, 2 tries. That's not going to help things. Singapore really need to just tidy things up a bit here. Find the space. Lee with the desperate tackle. Takes down Sim just outside the 22. They're surely going to run out of defenders at some point as Amanda Ung takes it into the 22. Good counter rucking. There's 3 Koreans on the floor, which means there's only 2 in the air. And it's going to be Eunice Chu. She needs to try and bring that round. Ooh, hello. Hold the phones, Jed.
Well, it's enough to make you feel a little bit sick, isn't it? Korean team, the coach's toes will begin to curl very shortly. 19 points to 15. Who would have seen this finish? Unbelievable.
Did they even bother with the conversion,
Jed? I don't
Jed?
think so, by the look of it. They just played game on and they've gone for 10 metres. It hasn't gone the 10. And if I was Korea here, I would be walking this thing very slowly back to the mark. I don't think there's any need to be passing the long ones in. 2 cards. They must be getting a player back shortly.
They're back to 6 on the field, so I'm not sure legally so or not. A minute to survive.
Guan's had a good rest. Maybe they should look to try and get it to her.
Here's Lee. Hooks up with Min, the 2 try scorers. Guan is the other try scorer. Here goes Lim. Up to the halfway. Oh, there's the turnover. The crucial turnover. So here we go. Singapore. You don't want to be in that side that gives up the first victory to Korea. They'll be battling. Ong. Oh, here we go. Christabel Lim. Thought she might have gone on the outside there of Guan. Just out of play, so right on the cusp of the hooter.
Well, it's going to hurt, isn't it, when you get the first one? If you get the first one, it's going to hurt a lot. Korean players. Oh, look at this. Just both teams really look like they're out on their feet at the moment.
Bit hard done by there, Amanda Un. Looked like she'd scooped that back in before she went out. Just a matter of inches, though.
This has got to go right. This has got to go right for both of these teams, for Korea at the very least. Time up on the clock. 4 points to lead. Oh, it's gone incredibly wrong. There's always tapped in a touch.
You can't just scoop it across the line like that.
They've got what they've came for.
Look at that. The fist pumps, the hugs. They've got their first win on the series. And it doesn't matter whether it's 7th and 8th playoff or pool play. That's the kind of sporting moment that everybody can get behind. And, well, you can feel a bit sorry for Singapore, but...
Yeah, commiserations to Singapore. They've toiled hard every tournament. Well, these ladies, their time was due at some point. Career opening try to Min. A great hit back, wasn't it? Eunice Chu goes in late. They came with a run at the end. Everyone was nervous. Everybody was nervous.